Welcome to North Georgia News Now. I'm Jimmy Harper. Coming up today in local news, a local attorney has published a children's book. Commissioners voted to approve more than $2 million for paving. The city of Dalton has made plans to move forward with the Temple Beth El Stormwater Retention and Memorial. NFL's Ladd McConkey recently hosted a local youth football camp. And a Dalton man was arrested in Dunwoody for trespassing on hotel property and other charges. In national and state news, a shooting occurred at a Donald Trump rally over the weekend. Also, Fulton County has approved a plan for a monitor team to oversee general elections. Later, Todd Looper of JBM Business Solutions will be here to share the community calendar. But first, here's your local weather.
Today's local weather is brought to you by Built Well Bank.
Welcome back to your local news. Local attorney Rebecca Garofalo has published her first children's book. The self-published book, Sometimes It's Hard to Be a Mommy, details the daily life of a mother as she cares for her two daughters. The story is modeled after Garofalo's own children, Serafina, age 8, and Sophia, age 6. Garofalo describes motherhood as the most wonderful thing in the world, but also recognizes that it can be difficult at times. Garofalo's book is about a working mother who loves her children and is also navigating the challenges that can come along with being a full-time mother and a full-time worker. Garofalo and her husband are both attorneys and have experienced the challenges that can come along with juggling parenthood and full-time careers. The couple's 8-year-old daughter, Serafina, was diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder when she was just 1.5 years old. Garofalo hopes her book will help normalize that it's okay to struggle and have bad days. No one really talks about how hard it can be. I want to normalize for both children and moms that it's okay to admit it's hard, she said. We're always supposed to have a smile on our face, and everything's easy, everything's perfect. I want other moms that read to their kids every night to be able to read it and feel like they were getting a message that's not really shared, Garofalo said. Sometimes It's Hard Being a Mommy began as a note on her phone. Several editors and Pittsburgh children's book artist April Harmon helped bring the 2.5-year project to life. The 36-page children's book is available to purchase online for $23.59 from BookBaby's bookshop at store.bookbaby.com. Well, members of the Whitfield Board of Commissioners recently voted to approve more than $2 million for paving. The approval is for an amendment to the Public Works Department capital budget, adding $2.14 million from the 2024 Special Purpose Local Option Sales Tax. The county intends to resurface 30 miles of roads this year. Additionally, $250,000 from the 2024 SPLOST will be for replacing dilapidated and damaged cross-drain pipes. Another $250,000 will replace a 3-ton asphalt roller, a 9-wheel traffic roller, and an 80,000-pound lift for performing vehicle maintenance and repairs. Commissioners also agreed to postpone voting on 2 ordinances until their meeting in August. The proposed ordinances seek to cut red tape and costs for some residential developments. Board Chairman Jevin Jensen said the commissioners want to have an additional hearing with some of their stakeholders before voting on the ordinances. According to Jensen, one of the proposed ordinances would create a definition of a minor subdivision as a subdivision of 5 or fewer lots. He says the other ordinance would exempt minor subdivisions from land disturbance permits if all the structures are 1 or 2 family homes. The land disturbing area is less than 1 acre, and no portion of the minor subdivision is within 1 linear mile upstream and within the same watershed as any portion of the impaired stream segment as defined by the Georgia EPD. During the meeting, commissioners also voted to approve a $90,000 contract to repair a field light pole at Riverbend Park that was damaged during a storm. Also to buy an understate contract 2024 Ford F-250 crew cab with a utility bed and ladder rack for $66,755 and a 2024 F-150 crew cab 4-wheel drive for $49,605. A $39,926 contract was also approved to recaulk all joints at the county parking deck across from the courthouse. In other news, Jewish synagogue Beth-El is set to be memorialized as a park with a stormwater retention area. The sole Jewish synagogue in Dalton is still cherished by several former congregants. According to City Administrator Andrew Parker, many of those congregants have become excited and locked in that the site will become active again in some manner to speak and tell their story. The project will simultaneously control stormwater runoff and create a small park that memorializes the city's Jewish heritage, which dates back to the 1900s. According to the city's website, the Dalton Mayor and City Council accepted the donation of the Temple Beth-El Synagogue to the City of Dalton. The donation comes after months of work between city leaders and the former congregants of the temple to develop a plan to build a new stormwater management structure at the site, along with a park that will pay homage to the contributions of Jewish families to Dalton history. Plans for the park are to retain and incorporate parts of the synagogue that will be left in place after the restoration of the structure is removed. I hope they will keep the stained glass windows in some shape or form. Maybe that will be part of the garden, said Diane Abramowitz when discussing the future of the temple. According to Parker, the stained glass and menorahs will be preserved along with the iconic facade of the synagogue, which may be used as the entranceway to the park. The plans also feature a pond that will be surrounded by markers telling the story of the synagogue's history at the site and also the history of the Jewish families who helped to build Dalton. The boom of the carpet industry brought many families to Dalton, including many Jewish families who helped to make the city what it is today. There were about 40 families that moved to Dalton, had children, stayed, and played a role in the community. What better way to do it than having a physical park where people can come and read markers that commemorate all these families, Parker said, regarding telling the story of the Jewish families. There are 3 total parts to the plan and development: stormwater management, park, and interpretive memorial plaques. The city has hired Arcadis, a company that several other cities in Georgia recommended, to put together a 21st century stormwater plan that noted historical problems such as property damage and failing infrastructure. Architectural renderings of the project can be viewed by visiting the City of Dalton's website at daltonga.gov/city council. And then searching for the Temple Beth-El Memorial and Stormwater Park. Well, Chatsworth native and wide receiver for the Los Angeles Chargers, Ladd McConkey, recently held a youth football camp on his old high school field. Campers aged 6 to 16 turned out for the free opportunity to get hands-on training and instruction from the NFL rookie. McConkey was happy to hold the football camp for local youth. I have so much support here, he said while standing in the Mountaineer end zone. Seeing all the parents and the kids here, it really makes my day. This place has done so much for me, so it feels good to do a little bit for them, McConkey said, expressing his gratitude. Eager camp attendees showed up wearing the official camp t-shirt, a white shirt featuring McConkey's college number, 84, on the back. Others brought their own McConkey, Georgia, or North Murray gear. The football camp was only announced 2 weeks ago and spots filled up within a few short hours. Everybody was on board and super excited, McConkey said. I was super pumped to get back to my hometown. Campers received instruction from McConkey as well as some current North Murray High School players and coaches. They took turns rotating to different stations, each teaching different skills. McConkey led his own station, where he spent the afternoon flipping underhanded passes to younger campers and hurling deep balls to older receivers. As each group rotated to McConkey's station, they were able to pose for a picture with the local sports star. McConkey was a standout football star at North Murray High School before signing his first offer with the Georgia Bulldogs, where he served as a wide receiver for the 2021 and 22 year. McConkey had a rough season in 2023 after an injury resulted in him missing a few games. However, he became the 9th wide receiver taken in the 2024 NFL Draft back in April. He was the 34th overall pick for the Chargers. He recently signed a $10 million, 4-year rookie contract with the team. Fans can see McConkey when the Chargers open their 2024 regular season on Sunday, September 8th against the Las Vegas Raiders. The Chargers will play in McConkey's home state on December 1st. Well, a Dalton man was recently arrested by Dunwoody police for the possession of methamphetamines. The 33-year-old was arrested at the Hyatt Place Hotel located on Hammond Drive. Employees reported the man for trespassing. Officers said they spoke with hotel staff about an unidentified man who would not leave the property despite multiple requests. A hotel employee asked police to have the suspect removed, who was criminally trespassing from the hotel, seeing as he did not pay for a room. According to officers, they found the suspect locked in a stall in the hotel lobby restroom. When officers asked the man to exit, they said he began shuffling around within the stall. One officer reported that he saw the suspect throw some items into the toilet, flushed it, and then exited the stall. During a search, officers said they found just under 1 gram of suspected methamphetamine and a glass pipe in the man's possession. A field test of the substance came back positive for meth. Officers then transported the suspect to jail for a host of charges, including obstruction, possession of a drug paraphernalia, possession of a controlled substance, and trespassing. Well, when we return, I'll share some national and state news, and then later, Todd Looper will share the WDNN community calendar, so stay tuned. Welcome back. A shooting occurred at a Donald Trump rally in Butler, Pennsylvania on Saturday. The former president was rushed off the stage following gunfire, which erupted shortly after 6 p.m. Trump was struck in the area of his right ear with what is believed to have been an AR-style rifle. Trump's team and the Secret Service both confirmed that he was fine and had been checked out at a local medical facility. The rally location is now an active crime scene, with the FBI investigating the shooting as an attempted assassination. The suspect was identified as 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks of Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, a town just an hour away from where the rally was held. Crooks and one rally attendee were confirmed deceased by the Butler County District Attorney. 2 others were critically injured. Crooks is believed to have been about 150 meters away from the former president on a nearby rooftop. Crooks had registered to vote as a Republican, though Federal Election Commission records show a $15 donation under his name to the Progressive Turnout Project, which supports Democratic voter turnout back in 2021. It is believed that Crooks fired 8 shots before he was taken down by Secret Service sharpshooters. According to officials, multiple suspicious containers were found in Crooks' vehicle, but it is unclear at this time whether they were functional as incendiary or explosive devices. His family is cooperating with investigators. In an address from the Oval Office on Sunday night, President Biden said the shooter's motives remain unclear at this time. He urged Americans to reject politically motivated violence. There is no place in America for this kind of violence, for any violence, ever, period, no exceptions, Biden stated. We can't allow this violence to become normalized. The political rhetoric in this country has gotten very heated. It's time to cool it down. We all have a responsibility to do that. In state news, Fulton County has approved a plan for a monitoring team to oversee upcoming general elections. The county's Board of Registration and Elections met last week and voted regarding two separate monitoring proposals. One proposal was rejected while the other was accepted. Fulton is Georgia's most populous county and has a history of voting problems, including long lines and slow vote reporting. This will be Fulton County's second consecutive presidential election conducted under the watch of an independent monitor. According to the proposal, the mission of the monitoring team is to ensure that Fulton County is following proper laws, regulations, and procedures in the administration of the 2024 election. The monitoring team will begin its work in August and will issue a report by the end of the year. To resolve a case against Fulton County involving allegations of double scanning some ballots during an election recount in 2020, the state board voted in May to appoint a monitor to observe the county's elections and election processes in 2024. According to board chair Kathy Woodlard, the selected proposal has the approval of the Secretary of State and will now go to the state election board. Execution of the proposal will cost the county just over $99,000. It features a 5-person monitoring team that includes Lynn Bailey, former Richmond County Elections Director, Monica Childers, U.S. Election Assistant, Commission Elections Expert, Ryan Germany, former General Counsel for the Georgia Secretary of State's Office, Carter Jones, the independent monitor appointed to evaluate Fulton's elections in 2020, and Matt Mashburn, a former state election board member and former Republican poll watcher. Well, coming up, Todd Looper of JBM Business Solutions will share WDNN's community calendar. But first, take a look at the obituaries.
Welcome back. It's time for WDNN's Community Calendar. Here are some things going on around the area. Christy Temples of Finding Grace in the Wilderness Ministry and of WDNN Television will join the Rains family for 3 nights of prayer and praise on July 11th, 18th, and 25th from 6 to 7 p.m. The event is located at the BB&T City Park in Calhoun on 308 North Wall Street. This event is free and open to everyone, so be sure to stop by for this event. For more information, email findinggrace777@gmail.com today. Join Get Moving. Walk every other Tuesday for a group walk through the forest of Audubon Acres. Take a delightful bi-weekly stroll through the serene pathways. This is a leisurely walk designed for all ages and fitness levels. This isn't about speed or distance. It's about enjoying the fresh air, engaging in light conversation, and embracing the beauty of our surroundings. Whether you're an avid walker or simply seeking a relaxed outing, this is the perfect opportunity to connect with neighbors and nature. Remember, comfortable shoes and a spirit of camaraderie are all you need to join in the fun. The date is every other Tuesday beginning at 4:30 p.m. Location is Audubon Acres Visitor Center. The attire is comfortable clothing and footwear. Come join and take gentle strides, unwind, and foster a sense of community with every step. This event is free with admission. No need to register beforehand. This will take place rain or shine, barring any significant weather. If you have any questions, please call 423-892-1499 for information. The Spring Place Ruatan Club and the Spring Place Historic Township are teaming up to sponsor a community cleanup day on Saturday, July 20th. Volunteers will meet at Lucy Hill Spring at 9 a.m. to divide into teams, clean out the spring, spruce up the grounds. Participants are asked to bring grabbers, tolls, waders, and other equipment to help rake, trim, cut, clean, or pick up. For more information, call Tim Howard, 706-280-5535. Lifegate Church, located at 2744 Cleveland Highway, will be hosting Gatekeepers Youth Conference beginning July 25th through July 27th. The three-day event will kick off with a block party at 5 p.m., live music, games, food trucks, and more. Worship services will begin at 7 p.m. and will feature different artists and guest speakers each night. The event is free to attend. For more information, contact Taylor Sexton, 762-219-1115. If you'd like to submit information on your event to North Georgia News Now Community Calendar, send to info@wdnntv.com. That's it for this edition of North Georgia News Now. Be sure to visit us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Thank you for watching Local.